Rich Tehrani with TMC here. Thanks for watching. We're at Interrupt 2013. I'm speaking with Damodar from Cisco. Damodar, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell me, what are we looking at here?
So what we're looking at here is the Cisco Connected Mobile Experience. It's more of a retail solution that we have that integrates the existing location services that we have, and we put analytics on top of it. So what it does is, since it already knew the location of all the devices that are networked, now it does the analysis of it, making sure that when retailers look at their campus or look at their stores, they can make sure that they understand what the users are actually doing on their network and what websites are they looking at if they're on the guest network. And if they don't associate, you can actually figure out where are the clients spending the most amount of time, even if they're not associated onto the network. Because they use the Wi-Fi devices, and Wi-Fi devices normally probe and look for wireless LANs. So they gather all this information. The existing Cisco wireless infrastructure will gather this information and make sure that it can pinpoint the location of the devices and track the devices as they move around the store.
Now, why would a retailer or airport or mall want that information?
Now this information is really important because you can actually, using this information, you can make sure and you can actually analyze how effective a certain ad campaign is. Now what you can do is, you can actually look at the path that the clients are following. You can figure out the most popular paths that are there in your store or on the airport, right? Just figure it out and see if you have an ad campaign that's going on at a certain spot. Are users being attracted to that ad campaign, right? You look at the reports, you get this information in real time, and you know if your ad campaign was really effective and by how much %. So you get a more analytical and more accurate view of how effective campaigns are. So that's one of the things. And it's not just the detecting piece. Like if the users actually get onto the network, you can engage the end users. What you can do is send out notifications to them. Say they are around a restaurant or in a restaurant area, right? What you can do is send notifications for deals, or send dining options that they can get to. Or if they're in an aisle looking at television, then what you can do is send in deals and coupons for like 15% discount. The other thing that you can do is if they are on the guest network and they're looking at the same television on, say, Amazon.com, what you can do is send them a deal or send them a price match on that specific television. So you can get to that granular level and send ad campaigns.
So by that you mean you can send them a price match of perhaps from the store in the mall that they happen to be in. So they're at the cafe and they're on Amazon.com, and then they get a pop-up for that same product in, let's say, potentially Best Buy.
Yes, they can do that. So if you have Best Buy, right? If you're walking in the television aisle, and if you're looking online for a specific television, what you can do is gather that information and send us exact same coupon with the same price or maybe a lower price. So it's actually getting the online mobile experience to the actually physical stores. So that's what it's doing.
So you're really helping the brick and mortars evolve to really take some of the best of the service provider world, some of the best of the app world, some of the best of the e-commerce world, and blend it all together into a single solution that really allows a brick and mortar to add value to what they already have, which is a large mass of people with mobile devices.
Yeah, and in addition to doing that, what it also does is, since you register, when the client comes in for the first time, you already know the MAC address and you know what device it is. What you can do is, the MSC opens up the SDK. So what happens is, if the client is frequenting your store multiple times, looking for the same thing, then if we're using the SDK and if they have a store app that actually ties in with the MSC, then they can actually tie in the rewards program to the mobile the MAC address of the client. So now you know, okay, if he's buying for X amount of goods online in your store, like say Walmart, if you're buying online stuff at Walmart, you can actually refer him the same stuff when he walks into your store. So it's tying in the mobile online shopping experience to the brick and mortar stores.
Anything else we should know?
That pretty much sums it up, but I can walk you through a demo on how it actually works and
yes,
give
please.
An overview of that. So there are two phases to the entire CMX, which is the connected mobile experience. There is the detect phase and then there is the engage phase. Like detect is basically if a device walks into your store or if a guest walks into your store, how do you detect it And how do you make sure that you get all this information at the network level and provide it to the administrator in a very efficient way, so he can make intelligent business decisions. So that's what it does. And for the guest presence, it not just looks at the associated, it looks at even the non-associated clients. All you need to do is just to have the Wi-Fi on the client devices, and which is on by default, right? So let me walk you through the location analytics. This is the location analytics that we have. So what we're looking over here is we have a 2-floor campus, and looking at what are the locations where the clients spend the most amount of time, right? So now this is the campus that we have. You can show a 3D map of it. Now these circles kind of represent the time spent by the clients in a given area. So as you can see, this area over here with the red spot is where the clients spend the most amount of time.
So I imagine for a mall owner, you could use this information to potentially charge more rent for that retail space.
Exactly. That's one of the. There are multiple things that you can do. If there are some areas that have lower people coming in or people not really going, you can have more ad campaigns and figure out if that is being effective over a period of time. But yeah, if there is a popular area and you know that using the location analytics, then the mall owner can increase the rent. That's one of the options as well, right? And the other option that we have is something called as the typical paths, right? And what this does, it actually gives us the most popular paths that the clients have been following into the mall. So what you can do is, like over here, I know that these paths have been really popular with this is the most popular path in the entire mall. So when the client, like if this is the entrance and this is the exit, what's the path that the client follow when they go from the entrance to the exit, right? What are the aisles that they go through? What are the shops that they visit the most? So you can use this information as well. And this is really effective if, say, I want to have some campaign going on at some spot X in my store. Then I can actually do that, and I can figure out if that campaign was really effective, and if that figures out in the top 5 paths that we have. So that's one more thing that we can do.
So thank you. We just saw how we detect the consumers going through the mall. Now how do we engage them?
Yeah. So we have a couple of options that you can use to engage the customer, and there are 2 options. One is using the browser. If the client's on the network, if the client's already connected to the guest network, you can engage the customer using the browser. And the way it works is, say, the client's actually looking at a CNN.com, right, or any website. What it does, it adds the campaign at the end of the page. Like over here, it actually added a campaign out here, and it can be like multiple things. Like it can be a deal coupon it is sending to the consumer as he's surfing the web. The second option that we have is using the app partners that we have. Like this is one of the apps that we have, and what it does is it sends out coupons to the end user through the app. And also it will give you the real-time location and add services. Like if you want to know where the cashier is, you can actually give him directions to how to get to the cashier and the checkout. So that's the other way that we can engage the customer and send ads to the end user.
Thank you, Damodar. This was great.
All right, thanks a lot.